Hi, Matt Watson here from Carwow. I'm sitting in an Audi RSQ8 and next to me is a Dacia Duster. And we're going to have a drag race, which may seem a little bit unfair, but it's not, because we're going to have a drag race up a steep slope that's covered in mud. We're going to be comparing these two cars in various off-road challenges to see which is best, expensive or cheap. Now let me tell you about this Audi RSQ8. So it is expensive. It starts from £107,000, but for that you get a 4-litre twin turbo V8 with 600 horsepower and 800 newton meters of torque, drives all four wheels for an 8-speed automatic gearbox with a torque converter and Quattro all-wheel drive, so a central Torsen diff, and this actually has a diff on the back as well, a sporty diff though. Heavy thing though, this weighs in at 2.3 tons, and heavy ain't good when you're off-roading. That Duster's a lot lighter. It weighs in at just 1.4 tons. It's also a lot cheaper. So for the 4-wheel drive version of the Duster, it starts from around £20,000. But then you do only have a 1.5 litre turbo diesel with 115 horsepower and 260 newton meters of torque. It's also got a manual 6-speed gearbox. Though it does have a switchable all-wheel drive mode. And obviously it's going to be in all-wheel drive mode up here. Another thing about that Duster is that it's on all-terrain tyres. This Audi's not though, it's on sporty road tyres and 23-inch alloy wheels compared to the 17 inches for the Dacia. That may go against this Audi somewhat. I'm a little bit nervous. Now, before we go any further, let me explain how these challenges are going to work. So the cars are going to compete in various challenges. The car that comes first in a challenge will get 2 points. The car that comes second will get 1 point. And if any car doesn't complete a challenge, it will get no points for that challenge. Then at the end, we will tot up the scores to see which car was best off-road overall. Now, to keep things nice and fair, we've got Darren from ProTrack's Off-Road Adventures, the link's in the description, to help mark the cars in the different challenges. Anyway, let's do this. Oh, before we do, please make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon to turn your notifications on. That way you won't miss a single upload. Also want to tell you about a new feature we've got on CarWow. You can now sell your car. So all you have to do is upload some photos of your car, give a brief description of it, and dealers will bid on your car. So you should get a fair price for the car you're trying to sell. It means you don't have to have people coming around and kicking tyres. You can just sell direct to dealers and they'll come along, pick your car up and give you the money. Let's get on with this. I hope I don't damage this Audi. It's very expensive.
Buying a new car? Then head to CarWow and my team will help you find your next car at a fair price. CarWow, your one-stop car buying comparison site.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, this is going sideways. I need to ease off over the top because this might bottom out. Oh. Okay, so I had to take it very gingerly over the top because there's a bit of a ridge and I didn't want to bottom out on this Audi because, yeah, I could do some damage. I was ahead right from the start. I was amazed how this went up that slippery slope with these tyres on. But that Duster, it started slow and then because it's cheap, he didn't really care about it. He could just hammer it over the ridge. I don't know if he bottomed out. I think I won that though. Let's find out. All right, Darren, who won that?
The Audi. Bit of slip at the start, gained traction halfway up and then just carried on. Nice smooth progression.
Quattro all-wheel drive for the win. 2 points to the Audi, 1 to the Dacia. Okay, so I'm back at the start. Reason being that Numpty over there in the Duster seems to think that he didn't switch his 4-wheel drive into 4-wheel drive mode, so he was just front-wheel drive. Have you got your Duster in 4-wheel drive now?
Yes, I have. 4-wheel drive, locked and ready to go.
3, 2, 1.
Quattro, whoa. It's like a rally car. Oh yeah, I had him again. Got to back off over the top. But I beat him, fair and square. Was he just after another attempt at it? Just made up the whole 4-wheel drive. Oh, I was in front-wheel drive the first time. It doesn't matter. Maybe I should have 2 lots of 2 points. He's got no excuses this time, has he?
Afraid not, no. No, again, spin at the bottom, gain your grip halfway up and just carried on. Eased off at the top to make it smoother.
Oh no, I didn't want to bottom it out. Are you impressed with how this went up there, considering the tyres on this car and the size of the rims?
The weight of the car and the tyres, very impressed.
Definitely 2 points to the Audi and just 1 to the Duster, although you shouldn't get any for trying to have 2 goes at it. Let's move on. The next challenge is all about manoeuvrability. What we're going to do is time the cars through this little course. So we go into the woods, then we have to do a U-turn round a hairpin bend and then come back. And whichever car does it in the quickest time wins the challenge. Darren, of course, will be timing us. The Duster's going first.
3, 2, 1.
So that Duster we'll find the top quite easy. It's got a tight turning circle of 10.7 meters, and you can just fly around there as well without worrying about damaging the car too much, because it's a cheap car and we can probably afford to have it fixed. So, oh wow, that looks awesome. I shouldn't be enjoying it too much because I think he's probably gone and done a really good time, but let's find out. That looked real quick to me. Go on then, what's his time?
16:52.
16, really?
That was quick.
16 seconds 52. Have I got a chance? I've got all the power.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get around the corner safely, you got it made.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I don't. All right, let's try it. Come on. So this has rear wheel steering, but even though it's got rear wheel steering, which should make it turn tighter than if it didn't have it, turning circle still 12.3 meters.
3, 2, 1.
I'm also acutely aware of damaging this thing. No, not through there. I don't want, oh God, I don't want, oh God. Right, come on, do this right, get this. Go on, go round. Oh, actually, that's surprisingly good. It's slippy here. I would have bottomed out there. That was pedestrian. That was rubbish. Do you know what? I was just too frightened of damaging it.
It's called slow and steady.
Yeah.
26.52.
It's probably
Like 10 seconds slower.
10 seconds slower. There's no way I'd have beaten him, I don't think, because this, it's got quite a lot of travel in the suspension. I think I'd have bottomed out.
Yeah.
And I'd have done some damage, and it would have been expensive.
It comes down to weight.
It comes down to weight. There's a lot of weight going on here, a lot of it. So 2 points to the Duster, 1 point to the Audi. Damn. Now we're going to have a race down a slope, though the race is in reverse, not actually going backwards. I mean, the idea is to be the slowest down the slope. So both these cars have hill descent control, and we're going to engage them, and we'll see which one takes us down this slope the steadiest and the slowest. The last past that cone wins. Let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
So I've just lifted off the brake, and this automatically engages. With the Duster, it's got to press a button on the dash and put it into first. It has a low first gear compared to the front wheel drive car to help with off-roading, but it hasn't helped it out here at all. This hill descent control is so slow. You can alter the speed of the Dusters from 80 miles an hour all the way down to 3. This was going slower than 3 miles an hour though. Look at that, it crawled down. So controlled, so very well done. It's the quickest and also the slowest. Audi for the win. Here comes our mountain goat, Darren, running. Give us the verdict.
Audi won hands down.
It was easy, that was.
Even with the tyres, it still held the control coming down the hill.
It was very good. I don't know what the Duster was doing. He was quite quick down there.
Very quick.
I wonder if he understood the whole concept of the challenge. Let's just check. Duster, you know, like with the uphill race, do you want to redo the downhill race because you didn't do something properly?
No, the hill descent control did actually work, only it took a little while to get its head around what was actually happening. So it did slow me down, but not until I already pulled way ahead of you.
That's a really boring excuse, isn't it? Yeah, his car just wasn't as good. 2 points for the Audi, just 1 for the Duster. I've now jumped out of the Audi RSQ8 and I'm in the Dacia Duster. I feel like I've had a bit of a downgrade, to tell you the truth. It's not as luxurious, but then the Audi is very, very expensive, isn't it? However, if you want like a nice midpoint between value for money and comfort and luxury from an SUV, I've picked my favourite one that meets that criteria. If you want to find out what it is and the saving through carwow, click on the pop-out banner up there or follow the link in the description below. Anyway, this challenge is basically some slippy steps. We're going to be climbing our way up them. What this is going to do is test the car's ride height, test the car's suspension travel, and their traction, their ability to keep moving. So the Audi's going to go first and I'm going to follow it. Maybe I can humiliate it with my little Duster. Here we go then. The ground clearance on the Audi RSQ8 is 210mm. It's got air suspension, and the suspension is fully independent. Good thing about air suspension is that it can push the wheel down when one goes in the air to try and get traction. It's also got that central diff in it, a Torsen diff in the centre, and a rear differential because it's Quattro Sport, baby. Doing quite a good job of keeping on moving. The wheels spin a bit and then it just finds some traction. Let's see if I can do better. Didn't bottom out at all either. It's got enough ground clearance. I'm having to slip the clutch a bit here so I don't stall it, because this has no central diff. It does have fully independent rear suspension. I'm basically spinning wheels. Keep on moving. This is good. Oh, that's professional off-roading for you there. Ah! I managed to keep momentum, didn't stall it. Oh, okay, Darren. What do you think about that?
Audi was quite smooth.
He was smooth, wasn't he? He was like walked his way up there.
Yeah, this was like a little Jack Russell. He got there, but he had a little scamper at the time.
Yeah, I was panicking at the top there when I lost traction. It could have like bogged down and cut the power, and I could have stalled it, and then I'd have been buggered. Whereas actually I managed to keep at the power and wiggle my steering wheel, got some grip and made it. What do you think then? Which one?
Give it to Audi.
Okay, right.
Smoother.
2 points to the Audi, 1 to the Duster. This next challenge tests the car's chassis stiffness and articulation as well. We're going to drive down a hill onto a side slope and then back down onto level ground. We'll see how well these cars cope with having their bodies twisted and whether they can keep putting their power down and their wheels on the ground. See what you can do here, RSQ8. Can you keep your wheels down? I mean, it should have quite a stiff body. Oh, it's struggling, wheel in the air. Oh my gosh. It's still moving forward, constantly moving forward. I suppose it's got gravity on its side. Now it's going down the slope because it's so blooming heavy. 2.3 ton. Come on, Duster. Neither car has a low range mode. I'm just chugging along. Oh, 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 I'm tipping. I'm tipping. Oh, oh, oh. Right, so just... Here we go, on the side slope. Don't roll over. Oh, it's slipping a bit. Ah, hopefully I won't bottom out here. I've lost control, I'm just sliding. I'm sliding. I've got all season tyres, but it was still slipping down there. Oh, made it. It was fun. I'm quite impressed with how well that Audi's doing, really, considering it's a performance car. Well, a performance SUV. You get the idea, though. Let's see what Darren thought. So Darren, which coped with that obstacle the best in the most secure and safe way?
Audi.
Is that because it's heavier? Is it because it's got more suspension travel?
It's longer. It's air suspension designed to push wheels down. So where your wheel was floating more, that was pushing the tyre down to get traction all the time.
No one likes a floater. You're going to have to double flush this blooming Duster. It's a very British joke. Scores, 1 point.
Yep.
2 points for the Audi. This next challenge tests the car's approach, breakover and departure angles. So we're going to head over this big steep hill, hopefully not bottoming out, and then we'll go into a valley, then up a slope where we'll probably end up getting some wheels in the air. Hopefully we'll be able to keep moving, but that's part of the fun, isn't it? Let's find out what happens. So the approach angle of the Audi is 22 degrees and the departure is 26. They don't tell you about the breakover angle, but it's probably not great because it's such a long car. Is it going to bottom out? I can see underneath it. Oh, did it? I can't tell. Is he stuck? No, it's moving. Okay, so my approach angle is 30 degrees. My breakover is 21. So it's not great, but this car is shorter, so it shouldn't ground out. I hope not. Here we go. Here's the bit where I might ground out. No bother. And departure 33 degrees. I'll be fine off the end of this. Ooh, yeah. Right, next part, I'm going to go up this slope here. Right, I'm going to see if I can catch up with the Audi here. See what it does. Is it going to kick a wheel in the air? Oh, struggling for traction again, but honestly, that Quattro all-wheel drive system does so well, even though those tyres are just so wrong for this sort of thing. Here we go, come on, dust. I'm catching up with that Audi, I don't want to drive into it. Just take this smoothly, steadily. That was so easy for this. Whee, whoa, oh, I felt some grounding out. We both made it over, but I did bottom out there. Let's see what Darren thinks. I felt that I just bottomed out a little bit then, but I don't really care because this is a cheap car, right? If I was in the Audi and that happened, I'd be gutted because it'd be expensive.
Plus you didn't wheel spin anywhere near as much as coming up that section.
Okay then, so what do you think? Which did best over that section?
Coming down the hill, slower, slightly more controlled, more clearance at the front.
Yeah.
Coming over this section here, less wheel spin. Yes, you touch very slightly, but you less wheel spin. That was spinning a lot more.
Really? And it doesn't matter touching in this, does it?
Give it to the Duster.
We're going to give it to the Duster. So 2 points to the Duster, it's clawing it back, and just 1 point to the RSQ8. One final challenge to do. Now we come to the final challenge. And what you got here is a steep slope. It's very muddy, so it's got loads of rocks which are slippy, so it's going to be hard to get up there. It also looks quite nasty. Hope we don't damage the cars. Now what this is going to be testing is their power. So you've got to power up there, and also their traction, their ability to put their power down to keep themselves moving. So let's find out what happens. Audi's going first.
Guys, hold on a second. I'd advise not bringing the RSQ8 up the hill due to tyre damage and alloy damage, but I'll leave it up to your choice.
Okay, so I don't care in this Duster. He cares. Look, he's bottled it. So he's not even going to take part in this challenge, and I don't blame him actually. It's such an expensive thing, but that's the problem when you have a really expensive SUV. You're going to be careful how you drive it off-road. But it does mean now that it's on 10 points. It can't get any more than 10 points. This is on 8 points. If I make it up that hill, this will get 2 points and it'll be a draw. If it fails to make it up there, then it can't win. Come on, Duster, are you going to do it? Oh, it's dying, the power's dying. Oh, it's stalled. Oh, I'm sliding backwards. Right, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it from here. The stability control is killing me here. Can I turn it off? That's not a good thing. Oh, come on! Ah! Right, I'm gonna try that again. I'm gonna try it again. Oh, oh. Oh, this is scary. Oh. Oh, let it roll backwards. It was so close. I think it's because I came at it from an angle. I need more of a run up. It is not over. Right. More momentum. Come on, you. Oh, don't stall. Don't bloody stall. Second time lucky. It still counts. It still counts. Darren!
You teased us.
So, 2 points, right?
Definitely.
Definitely 2 points. None for the Audi. It bottled it. Now what that means? It's a draw.
Price difference and a perfect draw.
Oh, that was awesome. I really enjoyed that. Oof, there's a lot of tyre smoke, isn't there?
A little bit, yeah. Only 2 tyres were smoking, though, you're right.
We might need some new tyres, but it's better than having to pay for a new front bumper and under tray for that Audi, which had been rather expensive. There you go. Cheap off-roaders are good off-roaders, but I'm surprised by how well that Audi did, considering like the performance it delivers on the road.
Very well off-road for on an on-road car.
Yeah, really good. And if it was a drag race, that would just destroy this. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like. Let me know some other videos you'd like to see in the comments below. Click on those windows there for some more videos, and click on that box there to go to CarWow to see how much money you can save on a new car. Thanks for watching.